Her hand tightened around the spray bottle. My service dog, Ranger, sat calmly at my side, but in one swift motion, she raised her arm and sprayed him straight in the face. He yelped, his eyes burning, while neighbors froze in shock. And that's when I pulled out my phone and called 911. She thought she was untouchable, but what happened next stripped her of everything she thought she controlled. If you've ever wanted to see karma strike someone who abuses their power, smash that like button right now. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories where the underdog, literally, comes out on top. Now let me tell you how one HOA Karen learned the hard way that service dogs are protected by federal law, and you do not mess with them. The sun was dipping behind the rooftops of Willow Creek Estates, a neighborhood that looked perfect from the outside. Immaculate lawns, neatly trimmed hedges, kids riding bikes on smooth sidewalks. But beneath that picture-perfect surface was something rotten. And for me, Emily Carter, Willow Creek wasn't a safe haven. It was a battlefield. I had moved there only 6 months earlier. I wanted a fresh start, a quiet place where I could begin piecing myself back together after years of trauma. My closest companion wasn't a person. It was my service dog, Ranger, a German shepherd with wise brown eyes and the gentlest soul you can imagine. Ranger wasn't a pet. He was my lifeline. After a car crash that took my brother's life, I was left with severe PTSD and anxiety attacks. Ranger was trained to sense them before they swallowed me whole. He'd nudge me when he felt my chest tighten. He'd fetch my meds if I froze. He'd guide me out of crowds when panic blurred reality. He was more than family. He was survival.
But in Willow Creek, Ranger became a target. It started with the notes, slid under my door, taped to my mailbox, cold, typed, unsigned letters. Dogs must be leashed at all times, Rule 17.3. Excessive barking is a violation, Rule 22.1. Pet waste must be removed immediately, Rule 19.4. Every accusation was false. Ranger was always leashed. He hardly barked. I carried bags everywhere. But the notes got nastier, as if someone was watching, waiting for the smallest misstep. It didn't take long to figure out who was behind them. Karen Mitchell. Karen wasn't just a neighbor. She was the self-appointed queen of the HOA. Clipboard always in hand, patrolling the streets like she owned them. Her blonde bob never out of place, yoga pants spotless, and eyes sharp with the zeal of a dictator. The first time we met, she handed me the HOA rulebook, thicker than a phone directory, and said with a smile that didn't touch her eyes, "We like things orderly here, Emily." Her gaze had drifted to Ranger. Orderly clearly didn't include him. At first, I tried to shrug it off, but Karen escalated. She followed us on walks, scribbling notes. She confronted me at HOA meetings. "Why do you even need a dog? You look fine to me." I explained, patiently, that Ranger was a certified service dog, that the Americans with Disabilities Act protected him, that federal law guaranteed his right to be with me. But Karen didn't care about law. In her mind, Willow Creek was her kingdom, and she was judge, jury, and executioner. The breaking point. One muggy August evening, Ranger and I went for a walk around the neighborhood green. I was already fragile, haunted by nightmares the night before, running on little sleep. Ranger stayed close, his warm side pressed to my leg, his presence steadying me. Then I saw her, marching across the green like a general going to war, clipboard in one hand, spray bottle in the other. I'd seen that bottle before. She used it on chalk drawings kids left on the sidewalk, on unruly pets, on flowers he decided looked too wild. The sour sting of vinegar always followed her. "Emily," she barked, "you're in violation again." I froze. My chest tightened. "What now, Karen?" She jabbed her finger at Ranger. "Your dog was off leash yesterday. Rule 17.3. I saw him." "That's impossible. He's never off leash. He was in my fenced backyard." lie to me, she snapped. Your animal is a nuisance. This neighborhood has standards. I tried one more time to explain. He's a service dog. You've seen the vest. You've seen the papers. But Karen's voice rose, shrill and venomous. I don't care about your papers. This is my neighborhood, and I won't have it overrun by dogs just because you claim you need one. Neighbors stopped. Kids dropped their frisbee. A silent audience formed. My hands shook. My throat closed. Ranger nudged me, grounding me, trying to steady me as panic clawed at my chest. Then Karen's eyes narrowed. She raised the spray bottle. If you can't control that beast, I will. And before I could stop her, she sprayed Ranger in the face. The attack. Ranger yelped, pawing at his eyes, shaking his head in pain. The sharp reek of vinegar filled the air. My stomach dropped. I fell to my knees, wiping at his face with my sleeve as tears blurred my vision. What the hell is wrong with you? I screamed, voice breaking. He's a service dog. Karen sneered. He'll be fine. Maybe now he'll learn to behave. I trembled between rage and fear. Ranger whimpered softly, still trying to stay beside me despite his pain. My hands shook so hard, I nearly dropped my phone as I dialed. 911. What's your emergency? My service dog. He was sprayed with chemicals by a neighbor. He's in distress. Please, send someone. Now. Karen laughed. The police? For this? Good luck. Police arrival. Within 10 minutes, flashing lights painted the green. 2 officers stepped out, Reynolds and Guian. Calm, professional. I stood, clutching Ranger's collar, pointing straight at Karen. She sprayed my service dog. He's hurt. I don't know what was in that bottle. Karen folded her arms. It's just vinegar and water. I was defending myself. That dog is aggressive. I cut in, voice raw. He's sitting calmly. He's trained. He's never aggressive. Officer Nguyen asked for proof of service status. My hands steadied as I pulled Ranger's ID card from my wallet. They examined it, confirmed it. Then Nguyen's voice sharpened. Ma'am, interfering with the service animal is a violation of federal law under the ADA. This isn't just a neighborhood dispute. This could be a federal offense. The color drained from Karen's face. A federal offense? For spraying a dog? That's ridiculous. I finally snapped. He's not just a dog. He's medical equipment. He's my lifeline. What you did could have cost me my stability, my safety. The officers confiscated the spray bottle, told Karen she'd need to come to the station for a statement. Karen sputtered. I'm the HOA president. You can't do this to me. Reynolds replied coolly. And this neighborhood title doesn't place you above federal law. Let's go. The crowd was silent as they escorted her to the cruiser. Her clipboard fell from her hands, forgotten in the grass. For the first time, Karen looked small, powerless. The aftermath. That night, I stayed by Ranger's side. The vet confirmed it was vinegar, painful but not permanently damaging. He prescribed drops, and Ranger's loyalty never wavered. Even in pain, he pressed close, reminding me he was still my anchor. News spread fast. By morning, neighbors flooded my inbox with apologies, supports, and, finally, courage. Many admitted they too had been bullied by Karen but were too afraid to speak out. The HOA called an emergency meeting. Karen showed up, pale, shaken. She tried to defend herself, claiming she was just enforcing rules. But the board had had enough. They voted her out unanimously. Her reign of vinegar and clipboards was over. Sometimes revenge doesn't come in explosions. Sometimes it comes in the simple, devastating fall of a bully losing her grip on power. And to me, that was enough. Because in the end, I didn't just win for myself. I won for Ranger. And together, we reminded everyone, Never underestimate the quiet strength of those who have everything to lose. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button right now. Tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying dose of karma you've ever witnessed? And don't forget, subscribe for more stories where justice isn't just served, it's served cold.